O silent warriors! We all seek happiness, peace, and success in life. But in this modern world, where new challenges and worries come at every turn, is it possible to find true peace of mind? You may be wondering how to stay calm in these turbulent times, how to strengthen your inner self. I will introduce you to some ancient wisdom that, although it is almost 2,000 years old, is still incredibly relevant today. These 5 secret mantras will teach you to see your life with completely new eyes, turn your thinking around, and show you the way to a peace of mind that you may have never imagined before. Believe me, once you can apply these mantras in your life, even your problems will turn into opportunities. Number 1. Focus on what you can control. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like your life was spinning out of control? That worry, anxiety, or anger that was eating away at you because you couldn't change a situation? If the answer is yes, you're not alone. This feeling is very common in modern life. We often worry about things that are beyond our control or that are beyond our control. And this is where the first mantra of Stoic philosophy comes in handy. Focus on what you can control. The Stoics believed that there were 2 parts to our lives, 1 that we can control and 2 that we can't. While this simple truth may sound simple, its depth is immense. What can we control? Our thoughts, our actions, our reactions, our values, and our decisions. What can't we control? The weather, other people's opinions, past events, future situations, traffic jams, the economy, countless things. Stoic philosophy and its practical application. The ancient Stoics, such as Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, repeatedly emphasized this point. Epictetus wrote in his Enchiridion, "Some things are under our control, and some are not. What is under our control is our opinions, our movements, our desires, our dislikes. In a word, what is our own doing. What is not under our control is our body, our property, our reputation, our rank. In a word, what is not our own doing." This philosophy teaches us that we should devote our energy and attention only to those things that are under our control. When we worry about things that are beyond our control, we only waste our energy and sink into despair. A practical example. Suppose you are on your way to the office in the morning and suddenly get stuck in a terrible traffic jam on the road. Now you have 2 options. 1. Focusing on things you can't control. You get angry, honk your horn, yell at drivers, and worry about wasting time. This makes you feel bad. Your blood pressure rises, and you arrive late to work. The traffic jam doesn't budge an inch. 2. Focusing on things you can control. You accept that the traffic jam is out of your control. You calm down, maybe listen to your favorite podcast or audiobook, or plan your workday. You still arrive late, but you feel calm, and you enter the office in a positive mood. Which option is better for you? The second one, without a doubt. Because in the second option, you control your reaction, which is under your control. A story. There was a farmer who woke up every morning and looked at his field and complained. He either complained about the lack of rain, or the excess rain, or the insects, or the intensity of the sun. He constantly complained about things he could not change. As a result, he was always unhappy and could not do his work well. One day, an old neighbor of his said to him, "Brother, why are you worrying about things you cannot change? You can only plant seeds, water them regularly, and remove weeds. Leave the rest to nature. Spend your energy on what you can control." The farmer understood this and changed his perspective. He only started doing the things that were within his control, and surprisingly, his crops improved, and he started living a happier life. Practical strategy. Circle of control exercise. Draw 2 circles on a piece of paper, an inner circle and an outer circle. Label the inner circle within my control and the outer circle out of my control. Now write down the different issues and concerns in your life in these 2 circles. Within my control, my attitude, my efforts, my reactions, my learning, taking care of my health, making my decisions, doing my work. Outside my control, the weather, other people's behavior, past events, future outcomes, the economy, political situations. This exercise will make it clear to you where you should focus your attention. Affirmation. I will only spend my energy on things that are within my control. I have complete control over my reactions and attitudes. From this point, we learned how important it is to focus on our own control to achieve peace of mind and effectiveness in life. When we learn to let go of things that are out of our control and harness our inner power, that is when we gain true freedom. Can you think of a situation in your life where you have harmed yourself by focusing too much on things that are out of your control? If you have any such experiences, please comment so we can all learn together. Once you master this first mantra, you will have taken a huge step forward on the path of personal growth. Now we are ready to move on to the next point. Number 2, see adversity as an opportunity. Do you remember a time when you were faced with a difficult situation and thought that nothing could get any worse? Maybe you lost a job, a relationship broke up, or faced a major setback. Did you ever realize at that moment that this situation actually brought you a hidden opportunity? Most people see adversity as a curse or punishment. We want our lives to be smooth and problem-free, but Stoic philosophy teaches us a different perspective. They say that adversity is the test that makes us stronger, wiser, and more resilient. It is actually a gift in disguise, helping us discover our true potential. Stoic philosophy and its practical application. Marcus Aurelius, who was a Roman emperor and a great Stoic philosopher, wrote in his book, Meditations, "An obstacle advances the progress of action. That which blocks the path, itself becomes the path." This quote is very powerful. It means that when we encounter an obstacle, that obstacle actually forms the basis for our next step. It forces us to find new ways to solve problems, test our resilience, and awaken our inner strength. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, compared adversity to a coach. He believed that just as a coach makes a student stronger by making him practice hard, so too does adversity make us stronger and better in life. No one can ever achieve excellence in a comfortable environment. A real-life example. Suppose you failed an important project. Your first reaction may be disappointment, anger, and self-criticism. You may think that you are an incompetent person, but if you take a Stoic approach, you can see this failure as an opportunity. Learning opportunity. Analyze what went wrong. Where do your skills or methods need to improve? Reevaluation. Opportunity. Does this failure force you to rethink your goals or methods? Maybe your goals were wrong, or the path to achieving them needs to be changed. Resilience opportunity. You will emerge stronger from this failure. When challenges arise in the future, you will be better able to deal with them because you have learned from them. Many successful entrepreneurs and innovators have found that their greatest successes came after numerous failures. J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, was rejected by 12 publishing houses before publishing. But she didn't give up, and that adversity made her famous around the world. A story. There was a young sculptor who wanted to make a beautiful statue out of a piece of stone. He kept hitting the stone, but the stone kept breaking or not taking the shape he wanted. He was frustrated and wanted to give up. But his teacher told him, "The stone is not breaking. It is shedding its unnecessary parts. Each hit makes it more perfect. You should also look at the hard blows in your life in the same way. They are making you more beautiful and stronger. The young sculptor understood his teacher's words and started working with renewed enthusiasm. Finally, he created a wonderful statue. Practical strategy. Obstacle journal. Take a notebook or journal with you. Whenever you encounter an adversity, answer 3 questions. 1. What was the event? Describe it objectively. 2. How am I feeling and what is my initial reaction? Things beyond my control. 3. What can I learn from this adversity? How can it strengthen me or create opportunities for me? Things I can control. This exercise will help you see adversity from a different perspective and transform them into opportunities for growth. Every challenge awakens my inner strength. I see adversity as an opportunity to learn and grow. From this point, we learned that we should embrace adversity rather than fear it. Every difficult situation is actually a gift for us, increasing our resilience, wisdom, and inner strength. Even if life is not smooth, we can carve out a path that is our own. If you can internalize this second mantra, you will be able to face any challenge and use it as a stepping stone for personal growth. Now we will move on to the next point. Number 3. Practice Memento Mori. First, a personal question. Have you ever thought about death? How do you feel when the thought comes to you? Most people try to avoid the idea of death because it makes us uncomfortable. We find it hard to accept the fact that we are not immortal. But the Stoics saw the idea differently. For them, the thought of death is not a source of fear or despair, but rather a great motivation to appreciate the value of life and make the most of every moment. Memento Mori is a Latin phrase that means, remember that you are mortal. It is not just a concept, it is a powerful practice that reminds us of the transience of life. Its purpose is not to create despair or depression, but to awaken the dormant energy within us and teach us to live each day as if it were our last. Stoic philosophy and its practical application. When ancient Roman generals returned to the city after winning a battle, they would have a slave behind their chariots, who would constantly whisper in their ears, Memento Mori. The purpose of this was to keep the general humble, even at the height of his power, and to remind him that this glory was fleeting. Marcus Aurelius repeatedly mentioned death in his Meditations. He wrote, "Do not think about how you will die. Think about how you will live." He believed that accepting the inevitability of death prevents us from dwelling on trivial matters and helps us focus on what is truly important. Seneca wrote, "We die every day, because every day takes a piece of our life." This quote reminds us how precious time is and how we often waste it on trivial things or pointless arguments. Positive effects of this practice. Clarify priorities. When we know our time is limited, we focus on our core goals and values, eliminating less important things. Teaches us to value time. We value each day and spend it purposefully. We reduce procrastination or putting off tasks. Freedom from trivialities. Things like petty anger, pride, or criticism from others seem trivial when we see the bigger picture of life. Increases gratitude. We learn to be grateful for the small daily joys and the company of loved ones because we know that they are not permanent. Increases courage. When we accept our mortality, we are willing to take risks and take bold steps because the fear of failure or social criticism is reduced. A real-life example. Suppose you are a loved one. You had a fight with someone over a small matter. If you were practicing Memento Mori at that moment, that is, thinking that neither of you are immortal, would you continue that fight? Probably not. You would want to fix the relationship quickly, apologize, because the value of the relationship would then seem much greater. Steve Jobs, in his Stanford University commencement address, said, "I would look in the mirror every morning and ask myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I be happy with what I've done? Day of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do today?" And whenever the answer was no for a few days, I knew I had to change something. This is a modern application of Memento Mori. A story. An old teacher was teaching his students how to make the most of life. He took a large jar and put some large stones in it. Then he asked, "Is the jar full?" The student said, "Yes." Then he put in some small stones, which filled the empty space between the large stones. He asked again, "Is the jar full?" The student said, "Yes." Then he put in sand, which filled the remaining empty space. He asked again, "Is the jar full?" The students hesitated. Then he said, "This jar is your life." The large stones are the most important things in life. Your family, health, dreams, values. The small stones are the important things. Your job, your home. And the sand is the trivial things. Watching TV, wasting time on social media. If you fill the jar with sand first, there will be no room for the large stones. Likewise, if you are busy with the trivial things in life first, you will not have time for the important things. Memento Mori helps us to recognize these big rocks. Practical technique. Reflection on death. Take a minute every morning after you wake up or before you go to bed at night. Imagine that today is the last day of your life. What do you want to do? Who do you want to spend time with? What do you have left to talk about? Are there any unfulfilled dreams that you want to start today? This short exercise will help you clarify your priorities for the day. I am mortal, and this truth inspires me to value every moment and live life to the fullest. From this point, we learn that Memento Mori, or the thought of death, can make our lives more meaningful and purposeful. It frees us from trivial things and helps us focus on the truly important things in life. This perspective encourages us to be grateful, courageous, and vibrant every day. Number 4, develop a grateful attitude. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you feel like life is treating you unfairly? You may be complaining about what you don't have, comparing yourself to others, and blaming your own fate. We often associate happiness with external objects or events, such as more money, a new house, or a better job. But the Stoics challenge this notion. They teach that true happiness and fulfillment come from our inner perspective, specifically gratitude. What is gratitude? Gratitude is not just saying thank you. It is a deep feeling and a mental habit in which we sincerely appreciate all the good things in our lives, big and small. It helps us maintain inner peace not only in moments of joy, but also in difficult times. Stoic philosophy and its practical applications. Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, viewed gratitude as a noble virtue. He believed that gratitude makes us more generous, compassionate, and happy. He wrote, "He is not rich who has much, but he who needs little." This quote suggests that when we are grateful for what we have, we reduce our dependence on external things and experience inner abundance. Marcus Aurelius, in his book Meditations, mentioned practicing gratitude as part of his daily morning routine. He would start the day by thinking about the people who had helped him, the blessings he had in his life, and even being grateful for small comforts, such as a comfortable bed or a cup of hot tea. This practice helped him start the day with a positive mindset. Positive effects of gratitude. Modern psychology also supports this idea of the Stoics. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude has a positive impact on our mental and physical health. Increases happiness levels. Gratitude releases happiness hormones like dopamine and serotonin in our brains. Improves relationships. When we express gratitude to others, our relationships become stronger. Reduces stress and anxiety. Gratitude frees us from negative thoughts and helps reduce stress. Increases resilience. In difficult times, gratitude helps us stay optimistic and learn from the situation. Improves sleep quality. Practicing gratitude before bed helps us sleep with a calmer mind. A real-life example. Let's say you've had a bad day. There was a problem at work, you got stuck in traffic on the way home, and maybe you didn't get your favorite meal. It's normal to feel down during these times. But if you consciously practice gratitude, you can think, I still got a job, which many don't. I have a safe ride home, which may be slow, but will get me to my destination. I have the opportunity to talk to my family. I am healthy and safe. These small acts of gratitude can change your mood and put you back in a positive frame of mind. A story. There was an old man who was always complaining. He focused on what he didn't have rather than what he had. One day, he had a terrible accident and lost one of his legs. At first, he became more and more depressed, but gradually, he realized that he was still alive, that one of his legs still worked, and that his family was by his side. He began to be grateful for the rest of his life. He often said, I lost a leg, but I got my life back. This extreme adversity taught him something he had never understood before, the value of what you have. Practical strategy. Gratitude journal. Take a small notebook or journal with you every night before you go to bed. Write down 3 things you are grateful for during the day. These can be small or big things. For example, my friend helped me today. I ate a delicious meal. The weather was beautiful today. I am healthy. This exercise will train your brain to focus on the positive and will gradually help you develop a grateful attitude. I am grateful for everything I have in my life. My mind is filled with peace, and I find blessings in every moment. From this point, we learned how essential it is to cultivate a grateful attitude for our personal growth. It increases our inner happiness, peace, and resilience, which makes our lives meaningful regardless of external circumstances. Gratitude paints our lives with new colors. If you can master this 4th mantra, you will be able to enjoy every moment of life more deeply and move forward with an extraordinary positive energy. Number 5. Live according to your values. Have you ever felt like you are living a purposeless life? Are you doing something that is not in line with your inner self? We often chase after society's expectations, other people's opinions, or fleeting pleasures, and lose sight of our true values. As a result, we feel a kind of emptiness, even though life may seem successful from the outside. The Stoics believed that personal growth and true happiness come only when we live according to our core values. To them, these values were wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. These were not just moral virtues, but criteria for making decisions in every area of life. Stoic philosophy and its practical application. In his book Meditations, Marcus Aurelius repeatedly reminded himself of how to act as a good person, how to be just, how to show courage, and how to control his emotions. He devoted himself to serving the common people, even as an emperor, which reflected his values of justice. Epictetus taught that we should create an image of an ideal person within ourselves and strive to live according to that ideal every day. He believed that everything we do should reflect our inner beliefs and values. When our actions do not align with our values, we experience inner conflict and discomfort. Why is it important to live according to your values? True happiness. When your actions are in line with your values, you experience inner peace and deep satisfaction that does not come from external achievements. Purposeful living. Your life finds a clear purpose. You know why you are doing a certain thing or making a certain decision. Increased self-confidence. When you live according to your values, you see yourself as an honest and strong person, which increases your self-confidence. Resilience. In difficult times, your values are like an anchor works, which helps you stay on track and doesn't let you fall apart. Accurate decisions. Values provide a strong framework for decision-making. When you're in a dilemma, you can ask yourself, which of my values is most important in this situation? A real-world example. Let's say one of your core values is honesty. Now you have an opportunity that could make you money quickly by dishonest means. If you live by your values, you will reject the opportunity, even though it might be financially lucrative. This may result in you losing money in the moment, but your inner peace and self-esteem will be intact, which will make you happier in the long run. On the other hand, if your value is to spend time with your family, but your job often requires you to work long hours, which takes you away from your family. In this situation, you will try to find a solution that is consistent with your values, such as finding a new job with less work pressure or talking to your boss about improving your work-life balance. A story. There was a young artist who loved his art, but his family wanted him to have a secure job. His values were creativity and truthfulness. He joined a corporate job, but he was unhappy there. Every day he felt that he was suppressing his true self. Finally, he answered the call of his values. He quit his job and rented a small studio and began working on his own art. At first, there was a lot of financial hardship, but he felt a deep sense of satisfaction and joy every day. His work was a reflection of his values, and in this, he found true happiness. His art began to inspire others, and eventually, he became known as a successful artist. Practical strategy. Discovering and aligning values. Take a minute and identify the 3 to 5 values that are most important to you. These could be honesty, compassion, freedom, creativity, family, education, environmental awareness, anything. Now, at the end of each day, ask yourself, today, am I living my values? Did I act in accordance with your values? If the answer is no, think about why not and how you can better align your actions with your values the next day. I know my core values and stay true to them. Every action I take reflects my inner truth. From this point, we learned that the ultimate goal of our personal growth is to live according to our core values. When our actions align with our inner truth, we find true purpose, peace, and deep happiness. It's not just a philosophy, it's a way of life that builds us as whole people. Do you know your core values? And do you think your current lifestyle is consistent with those values? If not, what changes could you make to live more in line with your values? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. These 5 Stoic mantras, focusing on what you control, seeing adversity as an opportunity, practicing Memento Mori, cultivating an attitude of gratitude, and living according to your values, will show you a remarkable path to personal growth. They're not just ancient philosophies, they're powerful tools for dealing with the challenges of modern life. You can bring about a remarkable change by applying these mantras in your life. Today, we discussed 5 powerful Stoic mantras for personal growth. We saw how focusing on what you control, seeing adversity as an opportunity, practicing Memento Mori, cultivating a grateful attitude, and living according to your values can give your life a new dimension. These mantras are not just ancient philosophies, they are tested and effective tools for dealing with the challenges of modern life. Remember, no matter how turbulent the outside world is, your inner peace is in your hands. By applying this knowledge to your life, you can build a stronger, more stable, and purposeful life. Take charge of your life now. Let this Stoic wisdom be your guide. If you enjoyed this discussion, show your support by liking this video. Share your favorite Stoic practice with us in the comments and inspire others too. Share this video with those who could benefit from this powerful philosophy. And stay with us on the wisdom path by subscribing to our channel for more such deep wisdom and personal growth mantras.